Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking live downtown in Newark, New Jersey. Welcome to Scarlet Raiders softball. Today it's the visiting Kean Cougars taking on your Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders. Kean Cougars come in with a record of 12-2, 2-2 in the conference. They're 10-2 at home, 2-0 away. Scarlet Raiders come with a record of 0-6. Their last game, the doubleheader over this past weekend in Galloway, New Jersey against Stockton. It was a tough one on the road for the Scarlet Raiders. It was an NJAC doubleheader. Again, that was on Saturday. Rutgers received their lone hit from Masha Corbett, which came in at the top of the seventh. Stockton, 1-8, 1-4. The NJAC got off to a kick start, scoring 4 runs throughout the first 2 innings. Rutgers scattered 5 hits and scored 2 runs in game 2. Jackie Lara went 2 for 4 from the dish. Michelle McMillan 1 for 3, tallying the lone RBI. Stockton 2-8, 2-4, tallied 10 hits and scored 5 runs in their second win of the season. James went 3 for 4 from the plate with 4 RBIs. And now that brings us to today as the visiting Kean Cougars undermanned today. They will be batting first.
Let's go over the starting lineup.
Starting lineup.
Put that on your screen for you.
Batting first for Kean is Paige Metz, the junior, 5'5", out of Langhorne, PA, and she takes a called strike. Joining me, my tag team partner for this afternoon, Mr. Everything at Rutgers Newark, Tom Krichkowski. Tom, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Once again, beautiful day for doubleheader softball here in Newark.
Gorgeous Frederick Douglass Field, I might add.
Yes, between these NJAC opponents. You know, the Scarlet Raiders looking for their first win of the season here today, John.
Yeah, not a good start, but listen, it's been a wacky season all around for all spring sports, and we're just happy to be out here on a gorgeous day for softball. Tom, tell us a little bit about the right-hander Paige Maciello.
Paige is coming to this season looking like her freshman form again, really finding her spots and hitting them, leaving nothing to doubt. It's, you know, the Scarlet Raiders bats that have let her down.
Called strike 3, Maciello off to a terrific start. 1 out here in the top of the first. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's not the pitching, it's not the fielding for the Scarlet Raiders. They really got to find their bats here. You know, missing their Florida trip of 10 games where you really find your bats and you get them going. Here this season, they don't have that.
That's hit deep into the right field. That's going to be over the head of the right fielder, number 27, Patty French Reyes. She collects it, but rounding third, going for the inside the park home run, and she will get it. Standing up is number 12 for Kean University, Taryn DiGiacomo. And she just cranked that into deep right field and gets the Cougars on the board with the inside the park home run. And perhaps playing a little too shallow was the right fielder, Patty French Reyes. Well, needless to say, that brings up the third batter of the afternoon for Kean. That'll be number 11, Jen Majorzak.
That is not something you see every day there, John.
No,
inside
she
the
had
park
wheels, too. I'll tell you that Taryn DiGiacomo lit up the base path. Senior 5'2" out of Saddlebrook, New Jersey. Wasted no time in getting through the bases.
She put her bat on the ball and immediately hopped on her horse, and she had zero intention of stopping. Once she turned second, her mind was made up.
Absolutely. Tom, the base path's a little different than the collegiate men's baseball. Dimensions are different how?
Well, in baseball, it's 90 feet. In softball, it's just 60 to the bases.
60 versus 90. So getting around them a little bit more quickly.
And obviously the field is smaller. You know, you only got 215 to the corners, about 235, 240 to the center.
Have you seen one head out this season, Tom?
Not this season.
And drawing the walk will be Jen Majorzak as she takes first base. Still one away here in the top of the first. Now batting number 24, the infielder, Matty Carlson. Matty's a senior out of San Jose, California. Matty, the cleanup hitter today, with a runner on first. Kean with a 1-0 lead as Page deals, and that's going to be fouled back. Masiello. 0-1 the count now on Matty Carlson. Oh, thanks, man.
Count 1-1 here for Carlson.
That's going to be fouled off the screen. Dead ball. And it is 1-2 as Masiello.
Carlson batting .389 on the year. One of their better hitters. Scoring 10 runs. Leading the team with 15 RBIs. So dangerous batter here at the plate for the Cougars.
And that's going to be playable. Off the screen, dead ball. Still 1-2. The catcher, Tomaselli, making a nice effort at that foul ball. Still 1-2, one away as Masiello deals to the right-handed batter. Carlson, as Tom mentioned, one of the better hitters for the Cougars, batting over 400 this year. And she smacks that into foul territory down the left field line, way out of play. Well, if she straightens that out, that'll be trouble for Rutgers Newark. So all count even now at 2. One away, runner on first. Masiello looking to get out of a jam here in the early goings at Frederick Douglass Field in Newark. That's going to be high. Ball 3, count full. As the cleanup hitter takes a few practice swings. And that's going to be another foul ball down the left field line, just getting a little bit of ahead of it on the last couple of swings has been the cleanup hitter, Matty Carlson. As Tom said, batting .389. 10 runs scored, 14 hits on the season, 3 doubles, 1 home run, 15 RBIs, slugging percentage of .556. Here's the payoff pitch at 3-2. Masiello deals. That's going to be low outside, ball 4.
Not a good start here for Paige. You know, we gave her praise, rightfully so, at the start of this game, but you got to wonder if that inside the park home run is really in her mind right now.
Rattled her a little bit. I think sometimes the kinks need to get worked out early for some pitchers. So let's just hope Paige gets this worked out here in the top of the first, as they're looking to turn 2 are the Scarlet Raiders here in the top of the first. And the batter now is the number 5 hitter for the Kean Cougars. That is Skylar Hengeveld, the catcher, junior, 5'9" of Percassi, PA. Went to Penridge. It's a good school. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that last name correctly, but we're doing our best with our COVID protocols. Not allowed to talk to the players before the game or the staff. COVID protocols are strictly enforced here at Rutgers Newark. That's why we're able to get sports back on the field. So we're happy for all of that. So Skylar, the catcher, is now at 3-0, and she draws a walk. Oh no, calls a strike that looked outside. Generous call by the home plate umpire, making it 3-1.
A little delayed there. To me, I agree with you. It looked,
yeah.
looked a little outside.
I thought the bases were going to be loaded. And that's a short blooper that manages to fall in a short right left center field, and it will load the bases after all, as that just got over the shortstop for Rutgers Newark. Number 22, Jackie Arute, couldn't get a beat on it. So the bases will be loaded for the number 6 hitter, who's got a great opportunity here to bang in some runs. That's number 15, Sarah Zengel, who gets it in for a base hit over Jackie's head. 2 runs will score on the 2-run RBI single for the number 6 hitter, Sarah Zengel. So a big 1-out single. Knocking in 2 runs is Sarah Zengel, and there will be a conference on the mound to talk things over with Masiello is her catcher, Megan Tomaselli, number 19, and the rest of the infield joining Megan. And the umpire will now break up the little powwow. So down early, 3-0. Masiello still only 1 out. Masiello will now face number 5,
Nicole Vassallo.
Nicole Vassallo. Yeah, the number 7 hitter. Nicole is a senior.
Still just 1 out here.
I know a great attorney in Manhattan by the name of John Vassallo. Guy was a legend. Sorry, Tom, a little bit of an odd segue there, but entertainment lawyer too. So maybe these kids that are pre-law.
There's Paige finding that outside corner.
Good for Paige, evening the count of 1-1 here in the top of the first.
You know, as a pitcher, she's really got to block out these 3 runs that are on the board. When you're in their circle there, just forget that it's even happening. Take care of what's in front of you.
Exactly.
Get the out and move on.
Yep, you can't turn back the clock. And look, 3 runs is not the end of the world for this Rutgers offense, but it has been rather anemic as far as the hits and runs are concerned for the season. So,
but they can put on the runs when they need to. Just like we'll go back to William Patterson earlier in the year. They scored 7 runs in an inning.
7 unanswered runs, yeah.
Here against Montclair, they scored 5 unanswered runs to send the game to extra innings. So they can do it. They just have to believe in themselves and watch. They just need a hit. Once they get a hit, they believe they can do it and just
a little momentum.
Exactly. The ball will get rolling. Nice inside pitch there by Paige to bring the count full.
Looked like Vassallo was crowding the plate just a little bit on that one, and he caught the inside corner for a strike. 3-2 base count is full. Paige Masiello deals. That's going to be a foul ball to keep this at bat alive. Still only 1 out. Runners on first and third. Kean with the early 3-0 lead here in the top of the first on a windy day here at Frederick Douglass Field in Newark, New Jersey. Wind is definitely blowing out, or probably coming in. That's going to be ball 4. Bases will be loaded again. And coming to the plate now is number 10 for Kean, Julia Stassel. Julia, the senior infielder out of Greenbrook, New Jersey. Watching Hills High School. Julia will take that first pitch for a called strike as Masiello gets ahead. Masiello in a bit of a jam here in the early going of this game, the first of 2 here today at Frederick Douglass Field.
Stassel played in 7 of her team's 12 games, 3 starts, batting .333 on the year.
So a bit of a live bat for Stassel this season.
She's not prone to striking out, just 1 strikeout through 14 games this season, or for her, 7.
Well, she's in the hole at 0-2 now. Masiello hopes she can get the K. Bases loaded. Big pitch coming up. And another foul ball straight back.
Paige .272 ERA on the year. Second on the team with 10 strikeouts.
She's gotten a lot of work, Tom.
Oh, yeah. She's pitched the most out of any pitcher here for the Scarlet Raiders with 18 innings.
High and tight, 1-2. Bases loaded, top of the first inning, 1 out. Masiello at 1-2, and she deals. That'll be fouled back again.
So far this inning's a little uncharacteristic for Paige. You know, she's got 3 walks, and coming into this game, she's only walked 2 batters through 6 games.
Wow. Says a lot.
So a little bit of maybe mental fatigue here for Paige, or just trying to shake off the rust. Is that what's popped up to shortstop?
And getting a beat on that for the second out of the inning. Number 22, the shortstop, Jackie Arute. Last 2 hits that came her way were just out of her reach. Also, Jackie dealing with the sun today, as are all players dealing with the sun, but Jackie on that one specifically fought it off for the put away. 2 away now here in the top of the first.
That was a big out for
Big
Paige.
out. Bases still loaded. And the left-hander for Kean is the number 9 hitter, Maria Bonfanti. Maria's a senior outfielder out of Easton, Pennsylvania. That's going to be called strike.
Oh, Maria comes in batting .360, playing 10 of her team's 12 games. She's got 9 hits, 3 RBIs, 10 total bases. She's perfect when stealing, 2 for 2 on the year.
That's going to be high and outside. Ball 1. 1-1 two-way as Bonfanti steps out. Stepping back in with a count at 1-1. Masiello looks for the sign. And Masiello deals. That'll be outside. Oh, no, it hits the corner. 1-2.
Big strike zone here today, John.
Generous strike zone, as long as they're consistent.
It's the second pitch we've seen in the opposite side batter's box. It's been called strike here.
Yeah.
We won't complain, though. Big fans of Scarlet Raiders.
That's right. Masiello evens the count at 2-2, as that one was definitely outside for a ball. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Bonfanti will swing away at this one. It's going to be a slow roller to Masiello, and not in time as a run will score. Bonfanti beating out that slow roller for an infield hit and an RBI. Score now 4-0. Kean Cougars with the early lead. Bases remain juiced. And it's Beth Anania.
Nope, this is Paige Metz. Beth is the flex.
So
she
Beth is the
fields.
flex. We've batted around, Tom.
Yes, we have.
Forgive me. We have batted around here in the top of the first, ladies and gentlemen, as Paige Metz will get her second at-bat of the inning.
Paige 0 for 1 on the day, struck out looking in her first at-bat.
Paige, a junior. That's going to drop in for another hit. And 2 runs will score as the throw to home won't be in time. And it has been ripped wide open here in the top of the first as the Cougars take a 6-0 lead. And talking things over now for Rutgers University, Newark will be the catcher, Megan Tomaselli, and the rest of the crew will join Megan in this inside the circle. Settle Paige down a little bit. I mean, I have to say, Kean's gotten some breaks here with their seeing eye base hits.
Yeah, John, they haven't been hitting outside of Giacomo's bomb to right field. Everything's just been over.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bunt, though, laid down by number 12, DiGiacomo. But DiGiacomo is called out on the play at first to end the inning. At the end of the top half of the first, it's 6-0. Kean over Newark. Scarlet Raiders will be taking their first at-bats right after this.
Welcome back. We'll go over the batters.
Welcome back, everybody. 6-0. Kean with the early lead here at Frederick Douglass Field, Newark, New Jersey. Rutgers Newark getting their first at-bats of the day. Now batting for Rutgers, it'll be number 22, Jackie Arut. Number 22. Jackie, a shortstop out of Berlin, Connecticut. That's going to be a called strike one. Strike two. In the hole, 0-2 is her root.
Jackie batting .300 on the year. 11 total bases, 2 RBIs. And like we talked about earlier, John, this umpire is keeping it consistent with this wide strike zone.
Very wide strike zone. That's going to be a waste pitch. Bringing it to 1-2 for Jackie Arut. Ooh, right back to the pitcher. Ooh. And it goes off of her shoulder, it looked like. And that'll be good for a base hit, but shaken up on the play is number 12, Taryn DiGiacomo. She seems to be okay. Lucky she got her face out of the way. One of the few pitchers I've seen this season that doesn't wear a face mask, as the trainer for Rutgers Newark will step out to see if Taryn DiGiacomo is okay. I think it caught her on the shoulder, neck area on the right side.
I think she's more afraid, like rattled more than anything. That wasn't exactly a rocket of a line drive, more of a quasi line drive, but still nonetheless hit her. But she looks fine, just a little shook.
Well, it did catch her in the neck area,
yes,
as she's being tended to in that area. And it's, I have to say, you know, it's easy for us to say it wasn't a line drive, but it was hit pretty hard.
Oh, that definitely hurt.
And also, I think it's really good she was able to get her face out of the way.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that, you know, she instinctively turned to her left, which really saved her as far as the front of the face area. So toughing it out is the very strong Taryn DiGiacomo. Good job, Taryn. Taryn will get a couple of warm-up pitches to shake it off. Also, being a lefty, I think, helped her on that as well. As her follow-through, she kind of veers off a little bit to her left, it seems, which perhaps got her a little bit out of the direct path of that line drive. Also, her glove hand was closer to where that ball was hit. So, anyway, we're glad to see Terrence doing okay after that. Tough girl. Way to go, Taryn. But Jackie Arute gets a base hit out of that one. And batting now is the number 2 hitter for the Scarlet Raiders. It's Mia Lopez, number 3. Mia's batting 154 on the season. She lays down a bunt, but it's caught on the fly by the third baseman for Kean. That was number 10, Julia Stazzle. Looking to double it up. At first was Julia, but getting back in time was Jackie Arute. And now it's the number 3 hitter for the Scarlet Raiders, Jackie Lara. And Jackie is batting 400 on the season.
You know, John, I've seen Kean play once this year against William Patterson. They, Giacomo, with her left-handed pitcher, strictly goes to the outside corners. And
it's a solid base hit to the left underneath the outstretched hand of the third baseman, number 10, Julia Stazzle, and an early first inning rally. Answering right back are the Scarlet Raiders with runners on first and second and only 1 out. Go ahead, Tom. I cut Tom off over there. I'm sorry about that. And now it's number 19, Megan Tomaselli, the catcher, with runner in scoring position. Tomaselli batting 95 on the season.
No problem there, John. You know, pulling triple and quadruple duty today. Also serving as the public address announcer. So
Tom is a one-man band.
Just had to put myself mute for a second to announce the new batter. But like I was saying, I've seen Kean play before this year. And DiGiacomo paints that outside corner with the lefty. She curls it in, gets that curve. And with this umpire's wide strike zone, she'll be likely to get a lot of the calls in her favor.
Yeah. Well, she's got that, at least here in the early going, that pinpoint control.
So if I'm a batter
the corners
for the Scarlet Raiders, I'm crowding the plate a little bit. This way I can hit those outside pitches.
Yeah, and she blows that one by the catcher, number 19, Megan Tomaselli. 2-1 now the count. DiGiacomo deals. That'll be ball 3. Runners on first and second. Tomaselli in a good position here with a 3-1 count. And DiGiacomo, the left-hander, goes inside this time. Swing and a miss. Count is full at 3-2. Tomaselli with 2 hits on the season. Looking to get her third here, and she paints it down the line. Fair ball past the third baseman, and that will load up the bases. A gorgeous piece of hitting by Megan Tomaselli to keep this rally going. Still only 1 out as the Scarlet Raiders are answering the bell here in the bottom of the first. They're down 6-0, but are in a great position here as the number 5 hitter, Michelle McMillan, steps to the plate.
Great job there by Megan to sneak that run under Stacel's arms.
Great hit. And that'll be a called strike.
Strike 2. McMillan leads the team with a 412 batting average.
This is who you want up, Tom. Oh, and she's going to go down looking.
The commentator's curse.
Well, it's 2 away as McMillan took a beautiful pitch that seemed to be right on the border of being a little high. Bases still loaded. And it's all up to number 27, Patty French-Reyes. The number 6 hitter, Patty, a sophomore, 5'3", out of Linden, New Jersey.
Reyes looking for her first hit of the year. She's 0 for 9 from the dish. 2 walks, though. 3
Now's
strikeouts.
as good a time as any.
Absolutely. Let's get that back going now. Bring in some runs, start this comeback.
2 balls, no strikes. And that's going to be a foul ball out of play.
Even if the Scarlet Raiders don't fully catch up, 6 runs, it's good to start the process of chipping away here at this big lead that the Cougars currently hold over the Scarlet Raiders.
Even with no runs, they've proven something here in the bottom of the first. They can play with these guys. It's going to be a called strike 2, evening the count to 2-2. Deuce
Absolutely,
is wild.
John. We talked about this, a little bit in the pregame, and while Kean was batting, the Scarlet Raiders just need to believe in themselves that they can hit the ball, and they've done that here in the bottom of the first. They have 3 hits. It's 3 people on the bases.
Bats came alive. Patty tried to paint that down the first baseline, but it was foul. Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded.
And speaking with head coach Caitlin Seamster.
And that's going to be another foul ball.
I know she paid extra attention to hitting during this week's practice.
Good.
So we're seeing that pay off so far in this bottom of the first inning here. 3 batters, 3 hits.
And DiGiacomo deals.
Good
that
eye
was
there.
outside. Got me a little nervous because that's been the strike area for this umpire. But needless to say, the count is full. 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. 2 outs. Patty gets it up the middle. It's going to be played by the shortstop, and the inning will be over. That was a nice play by Maddie Carlson, number 24, for the final out of the inning. And getting out of the jam was the pitcher, Taryn DiGiacomo, who, after loading up the bases, 3 hits, shut the door of the Scarlet Raiders. The score remains 6-0, and we've completed 1 inning here at Frederick Douglass Field. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back, everybody. Frederick Douglass Field, Kean Cougars with the early 6-0 lead over Rutgers Newark. And attempting a bunt here in the top of the second inning is Jen Majorzak, 5'8" junior out of Piscataway, New Jersey.
She walked during her first at-bat.
Jen, the number 3 hitter.
Eventually being brought home.
With a run scored in the top of the first. And the infield playing in as Jen showed bunt, but she will swing away here. Looks playable, and settling underneath it is the shortstop for the Scarlet Raiders.
It was good out there for Scarlet Raiders, as Majorzak is Kean's best hitter at batting .484.
One away for Paige Maciello. So, Tom, did Paige put that face protector on? Or no, she's had it on the whole time.
She's had it on the whole time.
It's the other pitcher that doesn't wear one.
Correct. That would be DiGiacomo for the
Taryn
Cougars.
DiGiacomo, who caught one up high
Yep.
with a line drive last inning. She shook it off. I wonder if she's going to rethink that now that she was the recipient of a line drive. And that's going to be fouled back behind us here. And it's going to be 1-2 now, the count to Maddie Carlson. Carlson gets a hold of that one, and calling for the fly ball is the left fielder, number 14, Alex DiMartino, and she looked very confident on that fly ball, calling off the center fielder to make the second out of the inning. And now batting, it's Skylar Hengeveld, the number 5 hitter for Kean. That'll be low and inside, ball 1. But a tale of 2 innings, Tom, is 2 quick outs by Maciello. She seems to have settled down a little bit.
Yep, and this is what we talked about in the first inning. Paige is a very good pitcher. It's just, that inside the park home run may have gotten to her a little bit.
Right, and Svengeld is going to be a moonshot into foul territory. But making the play is the first baseman for the Scarlet Raiders, number 24, Jackie Lara. Very cool, calm, and confident in shagging that fly ball in foul territory. So that was a quick 1-2-3 inning as compared to the first inning for the Scarlet Raiders. They will get their licks here in the bottom of the second, down 6-0 here at Frederick Douglass Field. We're here live in Newark, New Jersey. It's women's softball on this, the 13th of April, 2021. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back, everybody. We are here in the bottom of the second inning as number 11, Brianna Hernandez, will come to the plate for the Scarlet Raiders. Brianna, the number 7 hitter today, will swing on the first pitch. It'll be 0-1 to Hernandez as Taryn DiGiacomo gets ahead in the count. The left-handed pitcher for Kean deals, and that'll be outside. 1-1. Brianna, sophomore out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Brianna looking to get her 3rd hit of the season. She came into today's game with the 400 average. And that's going to be swing and a miss, strike 3. Hernandez down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Now stepping into the box is number 14, Alex DiMartino, the number 8 hitter. Alex, a 5'7" freshman out of Maywood, New Jersey, attending Paramus Catholic. Strong stance, right-handed batter, swing and a miss for DiMartino. Alex, 1 hit on the season. It was a double. And that's going to be a ball outside.
For a lot of these freshmen, it's just about believing. They come up from the high school ranks, come into their first collegiate games. You know, we keep bringing up the Florida trip, but that's huge for development for these young players.
Absolutely.
And without that, you know, they're learning the ropes right into the tough conference play of the NJAC.
Yeah,
and
especially not getting any warm weather practices. You're inside. It's not the same.
They don't have time to build that confidence they need. And, you know, with everybody making the conference tournament this season, you know, you just got to hope to get hot at the right time. Whether if you go in, you know, with one of these lower seeds, have to play the top team. But if you find your stride towards the end of the year, it's going to be good for your team.
Small victories. At 2-2, DiGiacomo deals. Fouling it off to keep herself alive is DiMartino. Only 1 out. DiMartino.
There's that outside corner.
A called strike 3, and there it is again. And, you know, Taryn DiGiacomo is taking full advantage of that outside corner. That continues to be called a strike by the home plate umpire, but she has been consistent. So you haven't heard a whole lot of complaining from the coaching staff for Rutgers Newark as the left-handed batter Emily Bardis steps in with 2 outs. Bardis, a junior out of Washington Township, New Jersey. Bardis batting .286 coming into today's game with 4 hits on the season. 2 outs, nobody on. Kean Cougars with the early 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Taking something off of that pitch was DiGiacomo, but it'll be high. Ball 1. DiGiacomo's impressed me here, Tom. She really has a good array of pitches, and that had some movement on it, and DiGiacomo has really come into her own as she gets the strikeout there against Bardis to end the inning. Wow. A lot of movement on that pitch was Taryn DiGiacomo getting the final out of the inning. And I got to say, Taryn DiGiacomo, one of the better pitchers I've seen all season.
Yep, she's one of the best the Scarlet Raiders will face this season. You know, she's pitched, her record is 6-1. She's pitched 42 innings. And in those 42 innings, she's got a sub-1 ERA, currently sitting at 0.67.
Yeah,
so
you could tell.
That is national stuff right there.
Yeah, she's got a lot of movement on those pitches. She's got a very compact windup too. Not a lot of movement in it, and she doesn't waste any time in a circle either. Certainly one of the better we've seen in the conference this season. As the shutout continues for DiGiacomo, and now coming to bat will be the Kean Cougars with the 6-0 lead. Here at the top of the 3rd, and it's number 15 for Kean. Sarah Zengel, the number 6 hitter, the junior out of Kingwood, New Jersey. She's got a very wide open stance. She seems to like to crowd the plate a little bit. And that'll be a called ball 1 as Masiello remains in the game. Masiello deals. That'll be called strike on the outside corner. Counts all even at 1. And Sarah Zengel will foul that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And getting ahead of that on the swing was Zengel. Keep the count at 1-2 as that one goes foul.
During Zengel's last at-bat in the first inning when the Cougars went around, she had a single, 2 RBI single.
Yeah, very, very effective in the early going.
And there she goes
as
again.
Zengel will get another hit as that one handcuffs the center fielder for the Scarlet Raiders and falling in front was that hit for the base hit. And it will be Nicole Vasallo now, the batter. Low and inside. Ball 1 to Vasallo. Masiello versus Vasallo. Runner on first. Vasallo squares the bunt. She gets a piece of it, but it will kick back into foul territory. Count is now
1-1.
1-1.
Runner on first is Zengel. 2 hits for the day, 2 RBI. Nicole Vasallo walked her last at bat. Laying down the bunt here. Connects.
And advancing the runner is Vasallo as Zengel will get to second base. Vasallo is out with a throw to first, so 1 away on the sacrifice by Vasallo. And now stepping up to the plate is number 10, Julia.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Julia Stasel.
Julia Stasel. It looks like we're going to have a substitution, perhaps. Maybe somebody just joining the Kean Cougars. So coming into the game now is number 21 for the Kean Cougars, Isabella Polash. She replaces number 15, Sarah Zengel, the runner at second. So Polash will be the pinch runner. And the count remains, it's a new batter, I should say. Count remains 0-0 because we do have a new batter on that pinch runner substitution. And cranking a base hit into left field is number 10, Julia Stasel. And scoring on the play is number 21, Isabella Polash, the pinch runner, making it 7-0. And on the throw, gaining second base, is Stasel. And now the left-handed batter, Maria Bonfanti, will try to lay down the bunt. but that'll go into foul territory.
John Bonfanti, 1 RBI single right at the pitcher in the first inning. Was stranded at third.
Bonfanti, another bunt attempt, going to go foul. She'll be in the hole at 0-2. It's Bonfanti now twice in a row trying to advance the runner, and that's Julia Stasel, who sits on top of second base for the Cougars. Paige hanging on to her composure, which is good to see as the infield is in for the Scarlet Raiders. As Bonfanti will swing away, it'll be right to the third baseman for the easy throw to first, as Bonfanti will be called out. A nice play by the third baseman. That's Emily Bardis. Infield remains in. At least the first and third basemen are in, with 2 away here. And that's going to be fouled back by number 7, Paige Metz, the leadoff hitter. So 7-0 runner on third for the Kean Cougars as Paige Metz will take the pitch from Masiello, and Metz will be safely into first base, as unable to handle that in the sun was the second baseman for the Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders. And a run will score on the error to make it 8-0. Nice play by the shortstop, number 24, Jackie Lara, to end the inning. But 1 run will come in. 8-0 to score after 2 innings here at Frederick Douglass Field. We'll be back with the bottom of the second inning right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here live at Frederick Douglass Field. Jackie Arute now batting for your Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders in the bottom of the third inning. Kean Cougars up 8-0.
Jackie with 1 of the 3 hits here for the Scarlet Raiders this afternoon.
Jackie's been strong all season in a difficult season for the Scarlet Raiders. Still looking for their first victory of the season. Running into a powerhouse here today in Kean, though, with a 12-2 record on the season.
Currently ranked 8th in the country.
And ranked 8th in the country.
Root, one of several seniors on this team this year.
That's going to be low inside. Oh, they called it a strike. I thought that was a ball. It's 1-2.
I agree with you, John, but you know what? We're forgetting there's a large strike zone here today.
That's right. DiGiacomo deals. Root gets a piece of it, hits it directly to the second baseman. For the out. Good hustle by Jackie. Now batting number 3, Mia Lopez.
Mia takes ball 1.
Mia from Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Popped up to the third baseman in her first at bat. Hits this one at the shallow right field. Miscommunication there. Lands in for a base hit. To put 1 on the base with 1 out. And it brings up the first baseman, Jackie Lara.
A nice piece of hitting by Mia Lopez to get things started here for the Scarlet Raiders. And it's Jackie Lara, the shortstop.
Nope, this is the first baseman, Jackie Lara. Jackie Root is the shortstop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jackie Lara, the first baseman.
With the score currently sitting at 8-0. For those watching, we'd like to bring up the mercy rule here. If you're up 8 after 5 innings of play, the game is over. So currently that rule is in effect. And if it remains this way after the bottom of the 5th, the game will be over. We will not see any 6th or 7th inning action.
We got plenty of time to get on the board. But that is an interesting rule that we have to be aware of. So it's the number 3 hitter, Lara, with a runner on first, and Jackie Root. And DiGiacomo has been dialed in all afternoon. But Jackie gets a hold of this one. It will be caught by the right fielder for Kean. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. As Tomaselli, the catcher, will step into the box for the Scarlet Raiders. That one high and upstairs, 1-0. Doing a nice job behind the plate today for Kean is Skylar Hengeveld. Seems to be calling all the right pitches today for the Cougars. And she's got herself an ace in the circle for Kean today in Taryn DiGiacomo.
DiGiacomo, 50 pitches, 34 of which are strikes. Through 2.5.
That's going to be low. Runner goes. And in safe with the stolen base is Mia Lopez. Now in scoring position with 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. And DiGiacomo deals. Tomaselli backhanding that ground ball. Beautiful play by the shortstop for the final out of the inning. A gem of a play by the shortstop. That's number 24 for Kean. Maddie Carlson. Not an easy play at all. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. The score remains 8-0. Kean over the Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders.
Four hits here for the Scarlet Raiders. 7 for the Cougars. So the Cougars being highly effective with their hits. Scarlet Raiders have now left 4 runners on the bases. If you want to win a game, you can't do that.
No, gotta knock them in.
Got to capitalize whenever you have the opportunity, especially against a team like Kean, where they're going to make you pay. And that's what's happening currently right now.
Indeed. And it's not going to get any easier for Rutgers Newark, as we have got the middle of the order coming to the plate. And number 11, Jen Majorzak, the number 3 hitter, will be starting things off for the Kean Cougars.
Jen Majorzak, she walked and then popped up to Jackie Root at the shortstop in her 2 at-bats here.
I can't really fault Paige Masiello for all the damage here done by Kean in the early going. She, as Yogi Berra used to say, hit them where they ain't. She's had a couple of bad luck bounces on some blue fly balls. So we'll see if Paige can continue to settle down as she did in the second inning.
You're absolutely right, John. It's just a bit of tough luck there for the Scarlet Raiders defense. They're in the right spots, except these balls are just falling in just out of reach.
It was a tough first inning, really. Paige rebounded well. That one's going to be in the gap. Oh, no, coming up with a nifty grab in center field for the Scarlet Raiders was Michelle McMillan. I mean, that ball was stroked out into center field, and Michelle made that one look easy for the first out of the inning.
McMillan really displayed her wheels out there.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was going to get into the gap. Great play by McMillan for the first out of the inning.
70 pitches for Paige, 71 with that one.
There's no doubt about that one, though, as that's going to fall in for a base hit, maybe more. Turning on the wheels is number 24, Maddie Carlson, who made that great play at the end of the inning with the backhanded grounder that she collected and threw out the runner for the final out of the inning. Carlson with a nice piece of hitting. It'll be a double with 1 away. And now stepping to the plate is number 18, Skylar Hengeveld, the catcher. Skylar's done a great job behind the plate today, catching for Taryn DiGiacomo. Skylar will take a ball, and it's 1-0 as Masiello takes the sign. Deal is outside ball 2.
No luck there with the outside pitch from Paige. Seems like that was a bit too far.
Yeah, a little too far outside.
The umpire behind home plate.
So 2-0, runner on second. Masiello deals. And the batter is hit. So taking first base will be Skylar Hengeveld. So runners on first and second. Skylar looks to be okay.
Hengeveld leaned into that one a bit with that lead arm.
A little bit. What are you saying, Tom? And it's Sarah Zengel. Sarah's got 2 hits on the afternoon.
No, these girls aren't out there to make friends. They're out there to win the game.
That's
and
right. Sometimes you do what you got to do.
Absolutely. Seize the opportunity.
And that's well hit into deep center field. But catching up to it is the center fielder for Rutgers Newark.
Michelle McMillan.
That's Mish Mack. Michelle McMillan with another great grab, covering a lot of ground in center field for the second out of the inning. Runners on first and second for Kean. And another big hit out of left field. That was number 5, Vasallo. But coming up with a nice grab for the Scarlet Raiders Out in left field is number 14, Alex DiMartino, for the final out of the inning. So another strong inning by Paige Masiello. And some good plays by Michelle McMillan and DiMartino to hold the Kean Cougars to no runs, leaving a couple of base runners for the Cougars. Still 8-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. So, Tom, Paige Masiello, after a rough first inning, has settled down.
8 for 14.
And we have a couple of substitutions here in the bottom of the 4th.
Blue, it was 22 for 12 and 8 for 14. Anything else? Thank you.
We got a new pitcher. A new pitcher for the Kean Cougars coming into the game is Kelly Messina. Kelly's a freshman, 5'4" tall, out of Marlton, New Jersey, Cherokee High School. Kelly will replace Taryn DiGiacomo, who's been lights out all afternoon for the Cougars, scattering 3 or 4 hits. How many hits did DiGiacomo give up? 4, I think, was it, right, Tom? But needless to say, it'll be number 22, Kelly Messina. Kelly's first batter of the day will be number 2, Michelle McMillan, the center fielder. That's going to be inside, ball 1. Inside, ball 2. A little wild on that pitch was Carly Messina. Did I say Kelly? It's Carly Messina. My apologies. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's going to be high and outside. As Messina having some trouble finding the strike zone here on her first batter of the afternoon.
Michelle McMillan struck out in her lone at bat of the game, struck out looking.
And that'll be called strike 3-1.
That one
Meach
like
taking
Michelle
all the way on that one.
was getting ready to trot on over to first.
And
Do
she
so
will
now.
do that right now, as that will be ball 4, high. So Carly Messina walks the first batter of the afternoon. So, Tom, when you've got a pitcher that's as lights out as DiGiacomo was there, do you think the thinking is save her for another game or maybe the second game?
We might see her here in game 2 just to get things started off, just like things are going here in the first game. You know,
but I mean, trying to get to know, you know, the shutout. I mean, those statistics are important. Good, beautiful bunt by number 27, Patty French Reyes. Excellent sacrifice as McMillan will take second base. 1 away as Carly Messina gets the first out of the inning. And now batting, it's Brianna Hernandez. And Messina blows that one by Hernandez.
So yeah, typically, you know, in a game like this, you want to get your pitchers in that don't normally get to throw the ball.
Right.
And with
Strike
up
2.
Up 8-0. What a time better than now.
0-2 the count now to Brianna Hernandez.
This is Messina's first action in the circle this season.
Really?
It's not pitched yet.
That'll be low, ball 1.
That one had some good movement.
As McMillan
Inside to outside there. Counts
runs
1
off
and 2.
the base after the catcher made the catch. And Hernandez will take for ball 2. And Hernandez, oh, it drops in a short center field for a base hit. Looks similar to the first inning for the Kean Cougars when they had a few of those fall in for their own cause.
Blooper there.
Hernandez with the seeing eye fly ball into no man's land. It counts. It'll now be Alex DiMartino with just 1 out. Runners on first and second. That's going to be a called strike. For Carly Messina, seeing her first pitching action of the year in the circle for the Kean Cougars. Wind up, deals low. 1-1 to count to number 14 for the Scarlet Raiders, Alex DiMartino. Good opportunity here for Martino to get the Scarlet Raiders off the schneid and onto the board. That's going to be into foul territory. Martino now at 1 and 2.
Smart play there by Zanger to let that one just roll past the foul line. Otherwise, DiMartino might have been safe.
Yep.
Load up the bases with just 1 out.
Martino stands way up in the box, and she gets underneath that to the center fielder for an easy put away. The second out of the inning, DiMartino flies out to center. And stepping into the box now for the Scarlet Raiders, number 12, Emily Bardis.
DiMartino giving Bardis some little insight on the new pitcher, what she likes to throw. Emily Bardis comes up to the plate, striking out in her last at-bat. Looking to improve that.
It's a righty versus lefty now with Bardis at the plate. Runners on first and second. Let's see if Emily can get through for the Scarlet Raiders here. That's going to be outside. A 1-1 to count.
Messina waiting for the call.
Ooh, that would have been a ball, but swinging away was Bardis.
Bardis getting a little.
It was a rising fastball.
A little zealous there.
A little overzealous, and you know you can't blame her. The pitch definitely had some late movement on it. So let's see if Bardis can settle down here. It's going to be a fly ball to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. Ending the rally was the pitcher for the Kean Cougars, Carly Messina. Good job for Carly in her first appearance of the 2021 season for the Kean Cougars, keeping the score 8-0 at the end of 4 innings.
We're reaching mercy rule time here.
Yeah, the Scarlet Raiders have
one more at bat here.
One more at bat. Hopefully they can bust out of this scoreless slump.
Yeah, they just need to score 1 to prolong the game, unless Kean goes ahead and scores more runs in this inning.
We shall see. Masiello will stay in the game in the circle for the Scarlet Raiders.
Due up will be the third baseman, Julia Stasel, pending any changes. None have been reported. And I see Julia in the on-deck circle, so...
Uh-oh, here comes the head coach.
Oh, she's just going to trot
going
on
over
over
to
third base.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. Thought we might have another change. So it will be Julia Stasel, the senior, 5'3" out of Greenbrook, New Jersey. The right-handed Stasel will step into the box. First baseman playing in for the Scarlet Raiders.
Nice pitch there by Paige.
As is the third baseman. And Masiello gets ahead, 0-1. Masiello deals, and that will be a ground ball to the second baseman. Oh, and just beating out the throw was Stasel. I don't know, Tom. Maybe a little lax on that play was Mia Lopez.
I agree. There was no urgency there. She didn't attack the ball and immediately throw it. She just let the ball come to her. She has to go attack that ball there.
She made the play, but not in time. So Stasel on first, and now the left-handed batter, number 6, Meredith.
Oh, it was Maria Bonfanti.
Oh, it's Maria Bonfanti. I thought they had a switch there. So it's the left-handed Bonfanti who will smack the one to the shortstop. And she will be thrown out on that play, but the runner will advance. One away, runner on second is Stasel. Now batting, it'll be Paige Metz, the leadoff hitter. So Stasel, the runner on second. Metz, the batter for Kean. Masiello with 1 out.
Paige
will
Metz
deal to Metz.
1 for 3 on the day.
Strike.
Strikeout looking. A 2 RBI single to right. And she reached on an error by the second baseman.
Masiello deals. That'll be fouled off. Down the right field line. But in the early hole is Paige Metz with an 0-2 count. Masiello with 1 out, runner on second. I can't say enough about Paige settling down after that first inning. She's done a great job ever since.
I agree, John.
As that'll be high, called for a ball, 1-2.
She's got just 1 strikeout in the game, but after that first inning, she's got a lot of pop-ups and fly balls.
Indeed. So Masiello will come inside.
So finding the right
ball
pitches to get him to fly out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Paige is not the not the pitcher that's going to go up there and throw flamethrowers past you at the plate. She's going to get you to hit into outs. Whereas
exactly.
The next pitcher for the Scarlet Raiders, I would assume, would be Jack Lara. She's the more going to blow it by you, get your swing and a miss.
A little more heat out of Jackie Lara. Full count, 3-2, 1 out. Masiello.
To compare the two pitchers, we were just comparing Lara.
And Metz hits a solid base hit into left field. Advancing the runner. Runners now on the corners. As coming to the plate will be number 22 for Kean, the new pitcher, Carly Messina. Carly's just a freshman. And an opportunity here for Carly to knock in a run with just 1 out. Runners on the corners. Masiello deals for a strike. 0-1 now to Messina. And that's going to be up the middle, stepping on second for the force play. was Lopez, the second baseman, for the second out of the inning, but a run will score. And getting the RBI was Carly Messina. So now 2 outs. And the number 3 hitter, Jen Majorzak, steps into the box. Messina, the runner on first. Masiello deals. That'll be outside, ball 1. So another run tacked on by Kean to make it 9-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. That's going to be high and tight. 1-1, 2-1, 2-0, I should say.
Kean doing what they need to end this in 5, but the Scarlet Raiders still have 3 outs to change that and make one of their ferocious comebacks that they've done twice this year, but unable to close the book on that.
They've certainly proved they could do it in terms of coming back, producing some runs, some timely hits. Have not been able to put it all together A to Z, though, to create and get their first W of the season. So that's going to be a called strike. 3-1 as Masiello gets the first strike to Majorzak, the number 3 hitter. So Masiello will deal. And that's going to be outside, ball 4. Runners now on first and second as Matty Carlson, the cleanup hitter, will step into the box for the Kean Cougars. Matty's a senior, 5'5" out of San Jose, California. And Carlson yanks that one down the left field line.
Just going to bounce off the net down there. Might have to get a second camera going for you viewers at home. Currently, the way the camera is set up, part of left field is cut off, so maybe next game I'll set up a different camera at another angle. See if we can get that going for you guys.
Carlson takes high, ball 1. Carlson stands a little bit high up in the box. She's got a strong, even stance. So that back elbow stays down, bat stays on the shoulder. Once Masiello goes into motion, the back comes up, and she steps into it.
Carlson, 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. She had a double left center, and the 4th flew out to left field in the 2nd, with the walk coming in that 1st inning.
Opening up now the stance just a little bit is Carlson, as that'll be roped in a left field for a base hit. And coming home with the throw, out at the plate. Gorgeous throw by the left fielder for the Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders. Number 14, Alex DiMartino, with an absolute laser for the final out of the inning. Applying the tag was Tomaselli, and a bang-bang play on the base hit by Carlson to nail the runner at home. And that was textbook, ladies and gentlemen. Fundamentals all the way. And although it's 9-0, as we enter the bottom of the 5th, that was a gorgeous play to watch. We'll be back right after this. It's Scarlet Raiders softball on Raider Vision. Welcome back, everybody, to Frederick Douglass Field here in Newark, New Jersey. It's a beautiful spring afternoon as we are in the 5th inning of this day-night doubleheader. The visiting Kean Cougars with a commanding 9-0 lead against the Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders, and now batting for the Scarlet Raiders is number 22, Jackie Arute.
She is
the
1
leadoff
for
hitter
2 on the day. The single in the first inning, and then grounding out to second baseman in the third.
So, Tom, as you mentioned earlier, if the Scarlet Raiders don't score at least a run here, the game will be called after 5 innings on the 8-run rule.
And we will get started heading into game 2 a bit earlier than anticipated. Something as the home team you don't want to happen.
No, so hopefully Jackie Arute can try to vie for that second hit of the afternoon. If she gets a piece of this one, way up, moonshot, battling the sun, was the second baseman for the Kean Cougars. For the putout. Mia Lopez swings and misses on that first pitch. By Carly Messina, who's done a nice job here replacing Taryn DiGiacomo. And that's going to be 0-2 now to Lopez, who's in the hole here.
Messina's allowed just 1 hit so far. And a walk.
That'll be high, ball 1. Lopez, a freshman, will swing and miss. Strike 3. Nice effort, though, by Mia.
Down to our last out here.
Down to the last out. That's right, Tom. It's going to be Jackie Lara, the number 3 hitter.
Jackie Lara, also 1 for 2 on the day. A single to left, and a fly ball out to right. That should take strike 1.
So one of the bright spots today offensively with a base hit earlier in the game is Jackie Lara. Jackie 0-1 account now as Messina deals ball 1.
You know, John, the Scarlet Raiders started off hot with their bats, getting 3 hits. But since then have only been able to scatter 2 hits in the remaining, 3.5 innings?
Clearly, hitting's been the issue this season.
Down to the last strike. Jackie Lara's really got to ignite this offense.
1-2, 2 out. As Carly Messina looks to end game 1 early as the Cougars have a 9-0 lead. Messina deals. That'll be a base hit in left field for Jackie Lara, her second hit of the day. Keeping the hopes alive for the Scarlet Raiders. Now Megan Tomaselli, the catcher, will step in to face Carly Messina. And Tomaselli will foul this one back.
Tomaselli, another one of the batters that are 1 for 2 so far. She got one. She snuck one down the left field line in the first inning, if you remember correctly.
That's right.
And then grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd inning.
Ooh, close.
Tomaselli looking to have a repeat first inning performance. Or
I guess that was called a strike, Tom. 0-2.
Wow.
And reaching out to get a piece of that one was Tomaselli, staying alive at 0-2 with 2 away. So, Tom, how much time will there be between games?
Approximately 25 to 30 minutes in between games.
Okay. So don't go anywhere, everybody. Stick around for game 2. This one's not over yet. But just giving you the heads up, if we do end this inning, it'll be a 20, 25-minute layoff between the second game. Oh, nice cut by Tomaselli, but can't catch up to it as Messina just blows that fastball by Megan Tomaselli to end the game with the final score. Kean Cougars 9, Rutgers Newark 0. This will be called a final after 5 innings due to the 8-run rule, as the Kean Cougars will improve their record to 13-2, 3-2 in the conference. And the Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders softball team will fall to 0-7 on the season. But the Scarlet Raiders have a chance to come right back and get the first win of the season in game number 2 of this day-night doubleheader. That will start in approximately 20 to 25 minutes here at Frederick Douglass Field, so don't go anywhere. Game 2, Kean versus Rutgers Newark, coming up in just a little bit. For Tom Krichkowski, I'm John Heffernan. Thanks so much for joining us. Game 2 just moments away. We'll see you real soon with first game statistics and the first pitch of game number 2.